Hey guys, what's going on? Gear 3rd Manga Reviews here, back again with another video. Today I'll be bringing you guys my first impressions on Berserk. I'm just kidding guys, I still haven't read Berserk. It was just for the meme, I'm sorry. Is Gear 3rd serious? He being a fucking bitch? Now listen here, I've never been more serious about anything in my entire life. The only time I came close was last night with your mom. Oh good, I'm already setting dangerously low standards for myself. Hey guys, welcome to my 1000 subscriber Q&A video. You guys asked some wonderful questions and I'm very eager to bring you guys the answers. Very quick though, I'm not going to be waiting until the JoJo review to announce the winner of the, community choice review I'm doing. I decided that most people who are going to vote have already voted, and I'd rather know in advance so I can prepare for it. So I'll be picking the winner in 3 days. If you haven't voted yet, you can go into that video, follow the instructions, and vote for a series. But with that out of the way, let's get started. The world wants to know what my favorite video game console is. After careful consideration, I decided that my favorite video game console of all time is the PlayStation 3. Why? Because Sony always wins, baby! In all seriousness though, I didn't actually get a PS3 until 2012, so what this meant is that once I got it, I had access to a seemingly endless slew of amazing first-party exclusive titles. So I remember the summer I got it, just non-stop playing fantastic game after fantastic game, some of the best I have ever played. You know, Uncharted, Infamous, God of War, all that good shit, it was so amazing. And overall, the PS3 was just a really solid system. It had a ton of great downloadable games, it had all your bonus apps, and of course it was a Blu-ray player, which is a huge selling point for some people. Ethan wants to know what my favorite One Piece volume cover is. There's a lot of great ones, but I decided to go with volume 61. For those who don't know, this is like the beginning of basically part 2 of One Piece. So it's a very important volume, but it also mimics the very first volume of One Piece, except, it has a bunch of new characters, and all the characters who are on the first volume, they're all updated to how they look in the series now. And it just really shows the growth that has happened in 60 volumes, and it's really, really cool. So, it's not the craziest or most epic, it's kind of simple, but I still really enjoy it for that reason. Now, Lotus is getting pretty real, okay? He wants to know what is currently the dankest meme out there. I hate to do this, but as my responsibility as a meme lord, I don't think it is safe for me to tell you guys. Because unless you are a meme lord like myself, your brains won't actually be able to comprehend this, and you may actually end up dying. When did you know you wanted to become a meme lord? I was 15 years old. How old were you when you became a meme lord? I was 16 years old. What did I have to do to become a meme lord? Well, I ended up having to go train in the mountains for about a year until I eventually achieved meme nirvana. This is what you had to do to become a meme lord. Now, information about this on the internet is very scarce, so I sort of had to figure it out for myself. I know meme nirvana can be triggered in a lot of different ways, but for me, I just spent about a year up in the woods, punching rocks, shooting squirrels, all that good stuff. And then eventually, Pepe came to me in my sleep, and it was unlike anything I'd ever experienced before. And Lotus's final question is what my favorite anime OST is. It's no secret that I haven't watched an anime series in a really friggin' long time. But one show I still remember very fondly for having an excellent soundtrack in both its openings and its background music, and that was the wonderful Kill La Kill. Before My Body Is Dry. What a sexy song. For a while, I actually had the chorus of that song set as my morning alarm, and it was friggin' amazing. TG Manga Reviews wants to know who my favorite shonen protagonist is. And I have chosen Aladdin from Magi. And what I like about Aladdin is how different he is from most shonen protagonists. I mean, sure, he loves food and he's always going on about friendship or whatever, but while most shonen protagonists are, focused on being the best, focused on being like the friggin' wizard king or whatever the shit, Aladdin's Magi, okay? He's already the best. Right from the beginning, he is amazing. And because of his crazy Solomon's wisdom stuff going on, he understands way more shit than most people do. He sees the bigger picture of the world. He's like, yo, why would I focus on becoming the best Magi like no one ever was, when you got slavery going on, you got people starving in the streets, what's this nonsense? And then he usually ends up doing everything in his power to, save people for the good of humanity, stopping wars like a badass. So yeah, Aladdin, good shit. Stop wasting your time, go read Magi. On the opposite end of the spectrum, Sam wants to know who my least favorite shonen protagonist is. If you've seen a few of my videos, you know that it is, of course, my boy Yuki Teru Amano from Future Diary. Not going to go into too much detail here because I've done it so many times. If you haven't seen my Future Diary review, it's one of my favorites. I still believe this is one of the worst written protagonists I have ever witnessed. He's a complete idiot, his character development all out of whack, makes no sense, and of course he is just in general a terrible person. So yes, Yuki, you can kindly fuck off. Justin Hall wants to know if I ship characters. I do not. I've never shipped characters, and personally I don't really see the appeal in doing it. Especially if the series is already over. I mean, come on guys, get over yourselves. If I did though, Thorfinn and Gudrid, I'm all over that. Boy Senpai's fan club wants to know what my favorite video game of all time is. For those who don't know, it is Persona 4 Golden on the PS Vita. It's so weird to think how much of an impact this game has had on me. In fact, it's really hard to picture where I'd be if I hadn't played it. This was the game that got me into anime and manga, so that it's probably the reason I'm here talking to you right now. It's also the game that made me realize I wanted to be a game designer, which is of course what I'm studying now in college. And yeah, overall it was just a fantastic experience. Persona 4, you know, it's expertly made. One of the best stories in any game ever, and it has such addicting and fun gameplay. And this ties into the question asked by Lavux, whether or not I am excited for Persona 5. Carl wants to know what my favorite meme is. I don't really have a favorite meme, you know, they come and go all the time. I'm really loving the new Mass Effect memes though. I feel very sorry for the developers behind that game, but the memes are absolutely wonderful.
He has access!
No more mercy. Kill them all.
The Epic Guy says 12 questions for me. I do get a life. What moment in any series made you go OMG? I'm gonna show Ass Class a bit of love here. You know, I was casually reading it. It was alright. It wasn't anything too special. As you know, I do have a few problems with that series. But once I got to volume 15, that's the moment. I saw the twist and my jaw just dropped. And I remember just being completely shocked. Like, what am I reading right now? One of the best plot twists in any manga I've ever read. And from that point on, the rest of the series was absolute fire, and I cannot wait for those volumes to finally start releasing in English next month. A moment in any series you will never forget. I'm gonna show Ass Class a bit of love here. You know, I was casually reading it. It was alright. It wasn't anything too special. As you know, I do have a few problems with that series. But once I got to volume 15, that's the moment. I saw the twist and my jaw just dropped. And I remember just being completely shocked. Like, what am I reading right now? One of the best plot twists in any manga I've ever read, and I will most definitely never forget it. What series would you let your children read in the future? I think you mean if, you know, I had kids who are, you know, under the recommended age to read some manga. You know, if I would break the rules a little bit, let them read stuff a bit early. Honestly, if I had a kid who was like 9 years old, I'd be fine with them reading stuff like, you know, Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, Dragon Ball. You know, the stuff that's kind of violent, but it never pushes the bar too much. Probably be a bit longer until I let them read, you know, fucking Girl on the Shore. What do your friends and family think about your manga hobby? Last I checked it, they don't really give a shit. My mom's like, oh Joel, you bought more books. Yo, what are you doing? What's your most embarrassing, funniest, craziest moment in life? I don't know, man, my life's been pretty boring. Last summer I was pulled over by the cops on suspicion of kidnapping, but I do feel like that is a story for another video. What is your least favorite series besides Future Diary? I hate to say it, but here's the thing, I have not read all that many terrible manga. In fact, like 95% of the manga I have read, I have enjoyed to a certain extent. So when I really looked at all the manga I didn't like, the one that has to come next to Future Diary is Platinum End. This ties into Harold's question of whether or not my hate for Platinum End is genuine or if it is just for the memes. Unfortunately, it is genuine. So this is one of the biggest disappointments ever. Like, it had so much potential. The people behind it had created near masterpieces before, but everything after the first volume I just thought was complete total garbage, and I hated it. I know some people share my opinions, I know some people don't. If you do enjoy it, that's wonderful. But personally, yeah. Oh, it's not good. Favorite anime/manga character? My boy Thorfinn! Don't always count on Thorfinn for being a lovable badass and having some of the greatest character development you will ever see. Least favorite character? Now, I do talk shit about Yuki a lot, but I do actually think that the worst character from that series is his father. He's not in it very often, but he manages to be one of the most unlikable assholes in any manga ever, not just because he's a terrible person, but, you know, of course, because his character is written so poorly. Why did you choose the name Gear 3rd? Oh, this is an interesting one, and I'm kind of surprised no one has ever asked me this. But my first video ever, the first collection video I did, I actually filmed the whole thing without even choosing a name. Then when I was editing it, I'm like, yo, I should probably pick a username, what should I do? And I of course ended up naming it after one of Luffy's moves from One Piece. Not much thought really went into it, I just wanted something manga related to slap on my name. For the record though, I was also throwing around some fairy tale related names at the time. Oh shit, imagine. Can you sing a song during the Q&A? Hit it. Gary, now I know I was wrong. I messed up and now you're gone. Gary, I'm sorry I neglected you. Oh, I never expected you to run away and leave me feeling this empty. Your meow right now would sound like music to me. Please come home, cause I miss you, Gary. What's one series you will never forget as you grow older? One series that I never fail to forget, like every single detail for, is Full Metal Alchemist. It's just so incredibly memorable, the story is amazing, and the characters are all so likable. If I ever do have kids, you know, this is the one I'm gonna be shoving down their throats 24/7. And the Epic Guy's last question, what is the color of your fridge? It is silver. Nothing Just Pro Wrestling asks, Sakura or Ino? Who the fuck is Sakura? Ino is obviously best girl. LC Manga wants to know when I will learn to speak English, because apparently I only speak in memes. I'm actually taking courses next semester, I'm really looking forward to it. It's That Nat also wants to know how to become a meme lord like yours truly. Once again, meme nirvana, it's different for each person. Just, you know, look deep inside yourself, discover what you must do to achieve nirvana. It's not going to be easy, it took me about a year, but never give up, never lose faith, and surely you will become a meme lord eventually. Old Shaman wants to wait. Old Shaman? What the fuck is he doing here? I thought I blocked him. Like, aren't we in the middle of a war or something? In fact, if I remember correctly, he ended up invading France. I should probably get on that. Anyway, he wants to know if I'm on Team Gear or Team Old Shaman. I don't know who this Gear guy is, but he sounds like an asshole. So I guess I had to choose Team Old Shaman. Kid named Jack wants to know what my favorite shonen art style is. Let's show Soul Eater some love. I absolutely love the art in Soul Eater. Admittedly, it's not perfect off the get-go. It's a little weird, a bit experimental in the first few volumes. Once it finds its footing, this is some of the best art I have ever seen. I absolutely love it. It's definitely very stylized, definitely its own thing. There isn't really much else like it, but it's absolutely phenomenal. And of course, my dream is to one day see the rest of this manga be animated. Kurokochi asks if I know Madoka Magica. I've not seen Madoka Magica. I do know it has something to do with, you know, like cutesy magical girls, you know, running around and shooting arrows at people, you know, making people fall in love, and then they have this cute, like, bunny rabbit cat thing following them. Honestly, that sounds a bit too juvenile and girly for me. I don't know if I'll ever really get into it. Sully wants to know my favorite manga artist. Makoto Yukimura is God. Look at this shit. Look at how good it looks. Monster High Bigger Fan. That is a excellent name. Monster High is a very underrated classic. Also has several questions for me. Okay, so what inspired you to make manga videos? After about a year of reading manga, I started to develop a lot of my own opinions. I wanted a way to share them. You know, I had a video camera, I had some editing stuff. Here we are. Do you think Maka and Soul from Soul Eater have romantic undertones, and do you ship them? This is another thing with, you know, like the series is over. So spoilers, at the end of an action story, two 14-year-old kids don't end up together. And I don't really see the point in shipping them because chances are we're never going to get a continuation to Soul Eater. But also, I don't really think that there are ever any, you know, hints of romance between them. But they're also both pretty young characters. You know, maybe in the future they could start something, but, you know, the series is over, so just leave it be. Do you watch seasonal anime? I do not. And I have not watched an anime in like a year now. I probably will end up watching Attack on Titan, though, just for that, you know, sexy animation. But overall, none of it really appeals to me. I'd much rather just read manga. And I'm not a huge fan of, you know, just waiting an entire week for a new episode. I also don't really like reading subtitles. Why is manga so important to you, and why do you find it so fascinating? Man, that's a super deep question. I just love how unique it is compared to so many other types of entertainment. I love how artists can combine, you know, visual storytelling as well as literature. And I love all the crazy, unique ideas that have come from it. That's about as good an answer as you're gonna get. Can you give some manga recommendations for beginners? This is a pretty vague question, because I mean, you know, just being a beginner doesn't really tell me anything about your tastes. But if you're gonna get into battle manga, all I can say is don't start with Magi, because everything else will be shit in comparison. When will you start to read Noragami? Very soon. As you saw, I picked up a couple more volumes in my recent pickups video. So I'm gonna read the first 3 volumes, and if I enjoy it, then chances are I will pick up the rest. And their final question, what is your zodiac sign, and who is your favorite zodiac character from Fairy Tail? An actual serious question about Fairy Tail. Oh boy, anyway, my zodiac sign, I was born in August, so I guess it's Leo or whatever. I'm not really big into astrology. The zodiac characters in Fairy Tail. Like, there's not really much to them. They just basically all have one personality trait and they show up every once in a while. I guess I'll pick Aquarius, you know, she doesn't take shit from anyone. It's really hard trying to find good things about Fairy Tail. Jesus Christ, moving on. Fluffy Roundabout has given me 3 wishes and wants to know what I would wish for. I would do, you know, the cliche world peace, you know, the whole world just united, everyone loves each other and all that shit, but then I realized that would be fucking communism. Hunter x Hunter get a proper ending, for Fairy Tail to end on a somewhat positive note, and for the cutscene of King Zora moving out of the way so Link can go into the Zora's Fountain be about, you know, half the length. Hopetown Gaming wants everyone to subscribe to his channel. If you subscribe to his channel, go onto his video and comment done, then he will 100% subscribe to you. That is dedication. Eric also wants to know how I became a meme lord. I'm not going to answer that again. But he also wants to know if I'm excited for Middle-earth Shadow of War. I am. I was a huge fan of Shadow of Mordor, got that sexy platinum trophy, and I'm also a huge Lord of the Rings fan, so I will definitely be picking up Shadow of War when it comes out. And Mr. Creative wants to know how many hours I've spent playing a certain video game. So chances are, put together, you know, as a video game series, I've probably played Pokemon the most. But for a single video game in recorded time, I've put over 600 hours into Terraria. And this is the PC version, mind you, not counting the most likely over 200 hours I've put into the console version. I've not played this game in a very long time, but I am a massive fan of it. I think it is one of the best, you know, survival type sandbox games ever made. Super fun and addicting, and I would highly recommend it. Goku-sa wants to know why I'm not in his bed. Who said I wasn't? Jalen wants to know what the most good anime ever is. I know Coin in the House is the obvious answer, so I'll just say what the second most good anime is. It's called The Amazing World of Gumball. It's truly terrific. It actually inspired Stardust Crusaders. Taz wants to know if this can be the last question. No, it can't. The final question is from Dylan, who wants to know how long I have liked anime and manga. You know, I've been a Pokemon fan for life, watching that shit ever since Ash left Pallet Town. But in terms of all this shit, it's been about 3 years now. And how old is La Cornflake? Cornflake here is 9 years old, isn't that right? Isn't that right? Yeah. So I think I've took up enough of your time and given you enough cancer, so I'll leave you here. Thank you all so much for watching. If you wanted more elaboration on some of the questions, then feel free to let me know in the comments. With that, I will see you guys in the next shitpost. I genuinely forgot to mention the nudes. Like, I actually started to edit the video, and then I realized, oh wait, nudes. I kept you guys waiting long enough. They are in the description. Obviously not going to be in this video because I'm afraid my channel will get flagged. But they are in the description. Please enjoy. Until next time.